Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Not just world champion.
Not just world champion.
No, just world champion. Undisputed world champion.
Fight fans, welcome back.
Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury is on hold for now. Both have mandatory challenges to face.
In boxing, only risk shall bring reward.
Clever leather from Oleksandr Usyk.
An outstanding cruiserweight king finally makes his ascent to the true land of the giants, desperate to prove that he can not only survive, but thrive.
He knows he needs one, probably two, before he gets in the ring with Joshua.
I'm not so sure it does. I'm really not. And I'm not.
How would he fare against those three?
I think he'd struggle.
Though an established unified champion seeks to drag this dangerous dark horse from the shadows and destroy the myth once and for all.
We've got respect for each other, mutual respect, fighter to fighter. But when it comes down to competition, we're both beasts, we're both lions in the jungle, and the best man has to win. So
boxing fanatics crave the best fighting the best, the biggest men throwing down to decisively determine who reigns supreme.
Honestly, he hasn't got the confidence to match his ability. I'm not saying he isn't confident. What I'm saying is this guy doesn't know how good he is.
In the latest episode of our Closer Look series, Anthony Joshua and Oleksandr Usyk clash on the cobbles of the road to undisputed.
Mighty matchup. Here we go.
Welcome to a Motivedia presentation.
Anthony, I'm coming for you.
This is just a completely new world for boxing.
In December 2019, on the scorching dunes of Saudi Arabia, Anthony Joshua recalibrated his journey by mastering Andy Ruiz Jr. in their rematch.
Here we go again. Switching it up. And a right foot shot. Beautiful one. And Ruiz felt those and backs away to win. Oh, big one. Man, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice.
3 months later, bitter British rival Tyson Fury decisively took care of business against Deontay Wilder.
Fury is proving himself here, the best heavyweight in the world.
Nothing seemed to stand in the way of a money-spinning, undisputed showdown for the ages.
Anthony Joshua against Tyson Fury. Contracts have been signed.
Don't you want this one? It can't be done. It can't be done. Well, guess what? I'm trying to get it done.
if that is Tyson Fury, let it be Tyson Fury.
But in the fickle world of professional prize fighting, things move fast in and out of the ring. Courtroom drama resulted in a third fight between Fury and Wilder, leaving Joshua to face his mandatory
He
obligations.
was fighting AJ. I wanted to fight AJ. No interest in Deontay Wilder.
You know, his team, they let the whole boxing world down.
The Ruiz loss aside, AJ has always found a way to sail through choppy waters.
Joshua's in big trouble.
Hurt by a cracking left hook early in the fight, AJ came back to stop Dillian White.
Joshua asked a lot of questions tonight.
Dropped by former division ruler Vladimir Klitschko in the 6th, Joshua was roared on to an 11th round KO by his Wembley faithful. Bloodied and bruised by the rapid combinations of Alexander Povetkin, the Matchroom star knocked him out in the 7th.
Statement sent out in this blue ribbon division.
In the face of adversity, Anthony Joshua finds a way to prevail.
Catapults himself towards superstardom.
So we know you are the WBO mandatory. Is that a fight you think you're ready for?
Если мне его дадут, конечно, я буду брать. If they're gonna give it to me, of course I'm gonna take it.
Though Oleksandr Usyk is used to causing adversity, after 18 wins with 13 knockouts, the Ukrainian only knows the feeling of having his hand raised.
They're making that step up into the heavyweight division where his intention is to do exactly the same thing.
Since a 2019 heavyweight debut, Usyk has been busy adapting to the power and size of his new heavyweight contemporaries. His agility, movement, and relentless engine poses a problem for any foe.
Underestimate that, they might not understand it, but believe you me, I understood, because as I said, I don't remember absolutely anything after round 8. The next thing I remember was waking up in the dressing room. Anyone who faces him is in a lot of trouble. Only the very best and only the very biggest will find a way to beat him. He's great.
As it soon became apparent that Usyk would eventually step up to brawl with the big boys, the Eastern European assassin made no secret of the fact that his sights were set firmly on Anthony Joshua.
He has two options. One, to fight me. The other one, to vacate and go fight Tyson Fury.
Oleksandr Usyk has just made fistic history here in Moscow by becoming the first undisputed cruiserweight champion of the four-belt era.
Mopping up the World Boxing Super Series competition and unifying the belts at cruiserweight, taking the unbeaten records of Glovatsky, Briedis, and Gassiev along the way, striding into the backyards of champions and challengers alike. This is no ordinary specimen.
He's getting hit with some blows, so he's in danger to get knocked out. Oh, big left hand.
I would rather see you try, but this is a blistering start by Oleksandr Usyk.
A little bit phased and dazed as Usyk backs him up here.
Postponed fights and niggling injuries made it a difficult heavyweight introduction for the Southpaw, who first toiled past Chaz Witherspoon before taming the calculated charges of veteran measuring stick Derek Chisora.
Look down that barrel, look down that lens, and tell them what happened Saturday night.
Either we knock him out or he's going to quit on his stool.
Look at that beautiful combination from Oleksandr Usyk. He's got his shot and a lovely left hand to the head from Usyk. Good action here in the 7th, and Usyk opening up, and now he's backing Chisora up. Matt's shaking his head. He definitely believes Oleksandr Usyk, who raises his hands. For me, the extra quality was with Usyk.
Now Usyk takes on the ultimate test of his next level credentials.
And the man that Oleksandr Usyk wants to fight next is right here.
What mark would you give yourself out of 10 tonight?
Sibia, 3.
3 out of 10?
Yes.
Okay, so room for improvement.
Clock ticking, the plot thickens. What happens when we start working and stop wishing? We ain't never stopping the grind, we locked in this. No matter all the trophies we win, we not finished. Ain't no rivalries.
Dealing with Joshua's size advantages will be no easy task. 3 inches shorter and with a 4-inch reach disparity, Usyk will take encouragement from other smaller men who rock the heavyweight landscape.
This was the scene at the weigh-in this morning as World Cruiserweight champ Evander Holyfield stepped up on the scale for the first time as a heavyweight.
Evander Holyfield flourished in his diminutive stature, rumbling with the best of a generation to achieve undisputed world championship status.
Oh, what a punch by Holyfield. All over. Evander Holyfield has won.
Well, Evander, I guess we answered the question about whether you can knock out heavyweights, huh?
Usyk is similar in size and dimensions to Joseph Parker, Dillian White, and most notably, Andy Ruiz Jr., who shook the boxing world with an upset victory. 3 years older, Usyk has built up a wealth of amateur and professional experience, but little in the heavyweight ranks.
He's an amazingly clever guy, and you got to give him all the credit in the world. And I think we are looking at something special, but we'll see how special you are when someone like Andy Joshua was to hit you on the chin. Then we'll see.
Joshua's chilling 88% KO ratio demands respect. Even in the lower weight class, Usyk was not a one-punch destroyer. His more esteemed victims were outboxed and outpointed, worn down late.
As yet, he hasn't shown me in the ring that he can hit a big man who weighs 250 pounds hard enough for them to stand off to stop moving forward.
The battle of wits in the corner will be fought out between 2 sets of experienced strategists. For Usyk, Yuri Tkachenko provides the calm head under pressure, while Joshua leans on longtime trainer Rob McCracken and recent addition Angel Fernandez for wise counsel.
A lot of people then again was thinking that he could never ever box that way, and I think Anthony could adjust to any fighter, and I hope there will be again other changes, and other improvements in the next fight.
When I boxed Ruiz the second fight, I adapted that Usyk style. Hit and not get hit. It's the sweet science of boxing.
Fast of hand and foot, with an impressive ring IQ, Oleksandr brings a varied toolkit.
Usyk is so hard to try and pin down. He's so elusive.
Boxing at a pace, moving side to side in perpetual motion, this 2012 Olympic gold medalist showed against Tony Bellew that he can remain patient, wait for an opening, and drop the axe.
But he was just getting into more of a punishing rhythm.
But Joshua and Bellew are different beasts. Threatening with the uppercut, proficient on the jab, and skilled at nullifying opponents' attacks. Weighing in around the 250-pound mark, Joshua will impose every last shred of added muscle on an opponent who thrives on lateral movement.
You know, he's shown his patience, he's shown that he can stick to the game plan, he's shown all that them things, and I think they're what you'd need to fight your Fioris and to fight your Usyks, you know.
Usyk's chin is solid, but how will he react off a flush shot from one of the sport's heaviest hitters?
I think Usyk would get him on points.
Once the pace slows and escape routes disappear, Joshua moves in for the kill. Will Usyk have bagged enough rounds and chipped away sufficiently at the Watford man's stamina reserve?
Are you picking him against Joshua?
You know what? I'm just saying, if Joshua, if you're going to fight this man here, you've got to make sure you're on top game.
Tactics and blueprints work well in theory, but as the old saying goes, no battle plan survives contact with the enemy.
Usyk has the potential to beat AJ. Listen, this is professional boxing. So when you have two Olympic champions of the same Olympics in the ring, anything may happen.
If he can defeat Joshua, then all protestations about Oleksandr's supposedly undersized presence at heavyweight will be rendered inconsequential.
I do. I think Usyk is a real heavyweight. He can punch, he can box, and he can bring the pain, man. He knows he's going to have a test against Joshua, but I think Joshua is going to just get the job done.
Our sport is constantly in flux. The political power players plot behind the scenes, sending out mixed messages to a public desperate for the biggest matchups possible. A buzzing heavyweight division lifts the entire pugilistic profile. As four of the men square off against one another just months apart, boxing observers are in for a treat.
I don't think either underdog's going to win, but I can see Usyk outboxing Joshua right now more likely than Deontay knocking out Fury.
A hungry fighter makes for a dangerous adversary, and Oleksandr Usyk is starving for heavyweight success.
He is a serious step for the heavyweight. You can say that.
I'm White Rabbit. I'm not monster.
Though if Anthony Joshua is to become the undisputed heavyweight ruler, then he must deal with business by sending out an explosive statement.
In the arena, can you hear me? Let's make some noise!
Trigonometry is a branch of mathematics that studies relationships between side lengths and angles of triangles. Or, as the ancient philosopher Pythagoras once sang, triangle man, doing the things a triangle can. We've got your angle on the next Motivedia presentation.